Doing something special here at Spokane Motorcycle Show 2026. Sitting here with my friend Jimmy from the Seattle Cossacks. Welcome, Jimmy.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. We'll just get right into it. What is a Cossack?
Me? No, just
you.
kidding.
All right.
A Cossack is a motorcycle stunt rider that rides an old motorcycle.
Right.
And one of the biggest parts about being a Cossack is extended family. So for us, having kids join the team, you know, grow up with the team, then join the team,
right.
Having friends, trying to get more people in, we're all about that. But Cossack to me is riding the old bikes, being a good rider, being a good extended family member.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that. You know, the last couple times I've seen you guys, and I keep hearing you talk more. And you've got what, 3 boys?
4 boys.
4 boys in
Yeah.
active Cossacks.
Correct.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And you're
a second generation
generation
Yeah, my
Cossack.
dad and my uncle were in the team before I was born.
Right.
So my uncle started, I think, in 1973.
Wow.
And there's always been a member of our family on the team since.
Really?
So
that is awesome. That is awesome. So how did the Cossacks come about? Like,
Cole, you want to take that? Got to get some of these young guys in here.
Yeah.
This is the future of our team, so we got to make sure they start talking.
Yeah, so the team was actually founded by a group of hill climb racers. Hill climb used to be this gigantic thing, bigger than almost any form of racing. And then in between events, they started messing around, just kind of palling around like, hey, let's try to do this crazy thing on this bike. As they were doing that, they noticed, man, there's more people paying attention to us than the races themselves. So they said, you know what, let's bring our regular bikes so we don't got to change them for the races or anything, and let's be an official team, and let's kind of hog the attention. And that's what we still do today.
Yeah, and that's,
hog the attention. I love
that's exactly how it took off.
I love it. So it starts with hill climb race. Isn't that kind of like how Sturgis started with hill climb races
Yeah,
or something
the
like
same
that?
type of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And so go from that, and somebody decides we're just going to start a team and we're going to start doing stunts.
Yeah, they were doing that. They started doing the stunts during the intermission, like you said. They started seeing the crowd and the way the people were following it, and more people watching that than the races. So in 1938, they decided they wanted to be formal.
Right.
So they got sanctioned by the AMA.
Okay.
Got their charter.
Okay.
And as soon as they did that, it just took off from there.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome when that's the reason why we use the same type of bikes that they used when they first started, the same type of outfits, same type of uniforms.
Right.
We try to keep the team as it was.
Okay. That's
There's
cool.
a huge history for us.
Okay. And so the uniforms you guys are wearing today, how long has this style been? That right? I see that some of the older ones here.
Yeah, so I believe these uniforms came in late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
And this uniform here, the green one, is from way back around the time that the team first started. This one here is 50s, 60s, and then what we're wearing now, a variation of what we're wearing now is what they were doing.
Wow.
They changed colors to maroon and white.
So who makes the decision on that? Say 10 years from now, boys are like, we need new colors. Is that something, or is it?
It definitely can happen.
Can happen.
It just has to be a vote by a majority of the team.
Majority of the team. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And so, if I wanted to be a Cossack, could I be a Cossack? I mean,
Yeah, are you ready? Because we need you.
You jumped me yesterday.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. No, to become a Cossack, you got to come up with a bike that fits the criteria.
Okay.
So
Which is?
fitting the criteria is hand shift, foot clutch, which is on the other side, of course. Sprung front end, rigid, stock type Harley-Davidson.
Okay.
Now we realize they're not going to be all stock parts. We were talking yesterday at the Metier 360 stage, and these bikes are not perfectly stock. They're like they were, but they're
Right.
not perfectly stock, right? To have perfectly stock parts on this, we're not going to be doing burnouts and jumping them and piling 10 guys on them and stuff. So a lot of these bikes are swap meet specials. These guys can give you a little bit more information on that, but just about everybody that's joined the team, a lot of those bikes were never together. It wasn't something that somebody bought and just painted. It was something where they bought a frame here, a lower end here, cylinders here, and then they put it all together, and it becomes a Cossack bike.
That's cool. That's cool. So then, okay, so now you got the bike. Now, is there a tryout, or is there?
Yeah, so we have a 1 year, I guess we call it a rookie season. You could call it a probationary season.
Right.
So you come out, you have to earn your uniform. So you come out with the bike. We ask you to have it painted these colors. You come out, you do your thing with us for a year. Then you have to have 100% vote
Really?
of
Okay.
the current guys on the team. And since 1938, we've had about 135 members.
135. Wow.
Yeah. So, it sounds like a lot, but then when you think about since 1938, not very
That's
many.
not very many at all. That is not very
Especially
many
when
at
7 or 8 of them are in my family.
all. Right? Yeah, right. Has there ever been a break where the Cossacks just didn't do anything? Or
Only
did it
during
ever-
World War II.
Only World
And
really?
and it wasn't very long. So it was just, some of the guys went to war, came
Right.
back, and then they jumped right back in.
And been going ever since.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow. And you guys travel all over the world, United States,
well,
or
mostly the United States. We've been as far east as Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
We performed in a town called Worcester.
Worcester?
And that was pretty good. That was for a hog rally. We've been down as far south as the Mexican border, and then just about, I'd say at least half to 3/4 of the states in between. We've hit them at one time or another. Yeah.
Okay. And I saw something on. I think you guys were talking about it, or on one of these posters. You were on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. That was fun.
You guys famous.
World famous.
Motorcycle royalty. I'm sitting with motorcycle royalty. I love it.
No, that was a pretty good time. We didn't make it past. I think the first round you have to go in and meet them like at a hotel. So we went downtown Seattle, and they gave us a little flack because we're like, we got to bring a bike upstairs. And they're like, bring the bike upstairs. You're not riding the bike in the hotel, and we wanted to, and they wouldn't let
Yeah,
us.
absolutely.
But we still conned the guy downstairs into letting us put it into the elevator and take it upstairs.
Really?
So when we went into our initial tryout, we walked back there and we had the bike with us, and there was, because right now we have 14 active guys, 14 or 15,
Okay.
and I think we had about the same, maybe a little bit less back then. And we showed up and we rolled the bike in and we played a video, and they're like, "You're in."
Really?
And so away we went, and we did the physical performance down there in San Francisco, and it was a great time.
Okay.
Great time. We didn't make it past there, but we should have.
Was it nerve-wracking?
To be honest, no.
I mean, you guys are always on stage, basically, anyway, so it's not like...
Yeah, it really didn't bother me that way as far as like, oh, there's so many people in here, because it was
Right.
a packed house. To me, it was just cool to do. And when we heard them chanting Cossacks after we were done, that was pretty
Right.
awesome.
That is awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Right. So, I forgot one question about like membership. So you said you have active 14 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Say you had 6 more. Is there a maximum?
No.
Like, no?
No, and
You
the
could have 30.
Yes, and we would
Right.
love that.
Right.
Because, man, it'd make the stunt lists and the shows and how we put it together a lot easier.
Right. What about a minimum? I mean, would you put on a show if you had 5 guys?
Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
As long as, I know I can speak for the 4 of us for sure.
Right.
As long as one of us is here, there will be Cossacks.
That's cool.
For sure.
That's really cool.
They've been, so I'm 46 now,
Mm-hmm.
growing up with the team. Just before I was born, I guess mid 70s, they got down to a spot where they had 3 or 4 guys.
Wow.
And, obviously they couldn't do the shows like we do today, but they were killing it. And they
Really?
were all really talented, so they kept it going, which was awesome. And then we had a pretty good boom in the 90s, and I think we got up to about 20 or 21 guys.
Wow,
And that's
okay.
the most, as far as I know, that's ever been in the team. So our average is about 15, 16.
Average. Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys, I mean, probably pretty busy during the mostly summer, obviously.
Yes.
But
Yeah, so this is our first show of the year here at the Spokane Motorcycle Show in March, and then we got a little lull till about the end of April, and then we're busy all the way through September.
that is epic.
Yeah.
Epic. You guys all have regular jobs.
Yeah,
And
we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're all volunteers. Each guy owns and maintains his own bike. Well, Fuzzy helps us maintain most of them.
Fuzzy. I got to meet this Fuzzy
we
guy.
we could get into that conversation a little
Yeah.
bit later, but if it wasn't for him, the bikes wouldn't run.
That's
so.
awesome.
But
That's
each
awesome.
guy owns and maintains his own. You got to earn your uniform like we talked about. The
Okay.
team retains that they own the uniform.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is still, you got to supply the boots.
And then the team. Okay.
yeah.
That is really neat. Now, do you guys all ride outside of
Yes.
the stunt bikes?
Yeah, just about everybody. I think just about everybody has a street bike.
Cool.
So
Cool.
I know I have a few of them. We like to go on some long distance rides when we can.
Right.
It's just we're so busy doing this in the summer. It's hard to find time.
Right, I bet.
So-
what's your go-to outside of this bike-wise?
I like riding the old ones the best.
Yeah.
But the wife likes it when we ride the Ultra.
I hear that.
She's like, get the geezer glide out.
Yep. What about you boys? What are we rocking outside the stunting?
So since I was 16, I've had a Sportster, which
Okay.
is honestly one of my favorite bikes, but I've also just updated to the Geezer Glide because my wife thinks it's more comfortable.
And me, I got the Road King, so
Okay,
set
okay.
up like a geezer glide. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All Harley so far.
I also have a Sportster, but I really want to get a street glide.
Oh, don't let him lie. I have 2 geezer glides. He steals one of them all the time.
But Same thing. My girlfriend likes the bigger back seat, so
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Wife's the same way. Yep. So
But I'll tell you, when I'm riding down the highway, we're having a conversation, I'm kind of hard of hearing.
Right.
When I turn around sideways on the seat to talk to her, she gets really pissed. She doesn't like that very
when I
much.
stand up on the seat while we're going down the freeway.
Yeah, she's not too into that, but we make it happen.
That's awesome. So you said you've been in for
I think technically I have 28 years good, but I actually have 30 years. So you only ride one rookie year, and then if you don't make it the first year,
Right.
you ride the second year. You have to ask for permission. They made me ride 3 rookie years.
Really?
They were pretty tough on me.
wow. And what constituted that?
I was pretty young, making some silly decisions, and I talked to you earlier about the extended family. Mm-hmm. I grew up with all those guys, right?
Okay.
And so at the time that I started, I was 16.
So they're all like dads
Yeah,
to you.
dads
so
and
you
uncles,
got that
right?
on top of that, right?
So they're like, you're not making the best decisions. Let me go ahead and you're not going to make it this year.
Right.
So after the third year, I think that's the record. After the third year, I made it, and here I am 30 years later, right? So
Right.
I just can't explain it to you, especially, you get that feeling, you have kids, you watch them go do something, play sports.
Right.
Soccer game, football game, whatever, you watch it and you're like, oh man, this is so cool. When you see your kids get involved in this, it is just, I can't even explain it. And then
bet.
grandkids,
Right.
I have, my grandson is 2. He'll be 4th generation Cossack. We're already building his bike, right?
That's amazing.
But a story there is my dad rode in the team, and he had a 1941 EL knucklehead. I'm actually riding it this weekend because I broke mine. So I'm riding his. Anyway, right after I was born, I was only a couple days old, my dad brought me home, put me in his left arm, rode me around on the 41 EL.
Absolutely
So
amazing.
the 4 boys, I did the same with them on the same bike.
Right.
And now we did it with my grandson. So
That is-
it's 4 generations have been on that same
Man.
motorcycle.
That is wow.
And
Gives
getting
me
the kids
chills.
out, there doing that when they're riding them around. Of course, they don't remember that, but just them seeing the pictures of it. I
Oh.
think the Pacific Northwest Museum has pictures of the kids on the bike when they were real young.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but it's pretty neat. And then when you watch them start getting into it, and they start getting involved, and they start learning how to ride the bike and start the
Right.
bike, and then all of a sudden they're a better rider than you are. It's pretty awesome to watch. Pretty awesome to watch. We actually have Spencer over here. She's 7. That's Nate's daughter, and she's all about Cossacks. I think she's ridden in more shows than some of the guys in the team. So she's all about it, and seeing that and bringing that and keeping this alive.
That's
pretty
really
awesome.
cool. So there's no rule, no girls or anything
None of
like that. None of that.
No,
Okay.
no, we're all for that. And in fact, anybody out there who wants to be a Cossack, give us a call. If we can figure it out, we're all about it.
How many ladies have been Cossacks? in
Just
the past?
one.
Really?
Just one, yeah. And it's actually one of the current members. It was his daughter, and she rode with us for 5, 6, 7 years, I think,
Yeah,
as an apprentice.
Yeah. Last summer, where did we see you guys? You had a
She was there. Riley
yeah,
is
that
her
was,
name.
okay. That's I
Yeah,
remember
Riley,
that,
Riley McGeary, and
Yeah.
she rode with us. Well, not rode with us, but she did stunts with us and was involved with the team for the last 6 or 7 years. She's not riding with us this year. She's getting a few things done.
Okay.
She's got to get her bike done,
Okay.
get her license, get a few things going.
Right.
But we're definitely open to anybody
Cool.
that wants to join the team. And
That is cool.
we want to keep this thing going. We're pushing 90 years. Right now we're at 88 years, and we're hoping for another 88 more.
Well, not just the family thing and carrying it on, but these motorcycles. I mean, as the years go on, they're, getting harder and harder and harder to find. So you guys are also carrying that on.
Yes,
and the
it's-
knowledge about them, because that's getting to be a lost art too.
And you've heard us talk about Fuzzy, and
Right.
we're always joking about him. But one of the things that we've actually started to do, and we did it on this bike when we built it a few years ago, we're starting to video him working on these bikes.
That is
because he's
brilliant,
so good
actually.
at it, right?
Yeah.
He's so good at it, and we're actually talked about putting that on YouTube and some things like that. But
You
this
should.
motor right here, I have videos of him when the cases were split apart, flywheels are busted apart.
Right.
We put it all together, and we videoed it, and then we put the top end on, got it all together, and then you see me riding off on it. So we're trying to video catalog as much of that stuff as we can, because we all tinker with them.
Right.
But there's 2 or 3 guys in the team
That-
you could take this whole thing apart, throw the nuts and bolts, scatter them out throughout the floor, and Fuzzy's one of them guys could come up, pick this up, maybe like, oh, yeah, I know right where that goes. So we're trying to get that knowledge. Cole built his bike from the ground up. Kirby helped build his bike from the ground up. George has had his apart too many times just because he keeps breaking it. But and we drag him out there working on the rest of them. So we all have a little knowledge, but there's a few key guys, Rob, Fuzzy, that are just dynamite on these motorcycles.
You boys better soak this up. Soak it up. Okay, so like a refresh. How often are we doing that on these? Like
build the motor?
Yeah, build the motors.
George's bike belonged to a great Cossack. His name was DeLon Rerun Sandmeyer, and he was in the team for about 34 years before he passed away. He started in his 40s. That bike has 2 different size pistons in it.
Really? Okay.
George is still riding it, and they built the motor in 1977.
Wow, it's still running.
It's still running. We're going to be riding it today. He rode it yesterday.
Wild.
Two different size pistons in it, and like we told you, swap meet special. So it's not perfect, but 3 or 4 kicks most of the time.
That's awesome.
So
that is awesome. Might have to talk to the producer of this, and maybe at the end of this show, we could take a walk around all the bikes. You tell me a few things about it.
We got to get you on one of these. You ever ridden a foot clutch?
No, like a chopper foot clutch, but not this.
Yeah,
I want to try it.
The rocker clutch is where it's at.
All right, we're gonna do it today. All right. Perfect. I like it. As far as, is there a hierarchy, a captain, are you the boss kind of thing? Do you get voted in to be the boss?
Yes.
Okay.
So officers, we have elections every 2 years.
Okay.
And so it's for a 2-year term. We have captain, lieutenant, and sergeant. Kirby's our newest lieutenant.
Looks like a lieutenant.
He doesn't he? He's a little too strict sometimes, dude.
I don't want to arm wrestle him.
But I was lucky enough. I was lieutenant for the last 18 years, and I just moved up to captain.
Okay.
So we're hoping to get some of these young guys into it. Our sergeant, he's not here right now, but he's one of the young guys, and it's actually Sam's son, so he's a second-generation Cossack, and he's 27, and he's a sergeant. So we're trying to get the younger guys more and more involved to keep this thing going.
Yeah, you guys are blows my mind. I'm trying to think of what the museum. Yeah. Speaking of this museum that we threw together here, the Metier boys threw together for this. I walked around in here several times over the weekend and read the stories and the articles and stuff. It's crazy.
It is. I got to get some of these other guys talking, but I will tell you this. I've been around this my whole life. I walked in here, and I've seen these boards before,
right?
With the uniforms, with the bike, with the trophies. It was just awesome. I think I've walked in here about 6 times this weekend.
Yeah.
And growing up with it and seeing all this stuff, and I still love to see it. You know, it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Plus, once in a while when someone else is walking there, I'm like, see that guy?
Yeah, you see that guy?
Look for
That is awesome. What would be your favorite performance, the favorite thing you have done as a Cossack?
Man, that's tough. That's really tough. We've done some really cool shows. We've done shows in front of 5 to 10,000. We've done shows in front of 5 to 10 people, right? It just depends on where you're at. We do a lot of small town fairs and stuff. The America's Got Talent, obviously that stadium was packed. I can't remember how many it holds, but it was packed. I'll be truthful with you though. I like doing the shows for kids.
Yeah.
You know, Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, Children's Hospital, stuff like that. You walk in there, those kids just treat you like a rock star.
Oh, I bet.
Which is awesome for you, but they're the rock star. They're the one going through the trouble.
Yeah.
But to see them smile and for us to be able to help out like that, that's a big one.
That is too cool.
What about you, Kirby?
Yeah.
I agree. Anything with the kids. Like, we'll go around and do shows, and as long as I'm waving at the kids, because you see them smile, and either they're covering their ears because the motors are too hot,
or plugging their nose,
or plugging their nose
too stinky.
Smell, if they got a VL or something, you know. But it's all about the kids and stuff. And I mean, the adults are cool. Don't get me wrong. You know, after we do our show and stuff, we'll do some drills and we'll do high fives to the kids, and I think that's one of the coolest parts because people see these motorcycles coming at them, like, what's going on? And you just high fiving them. Everybody gets into that, so I really like that, and the family aspect of it, of everybody hauling together, helping each other out, you know. Getting involved with this team is just, everybody's coming from a different perspective of taking bikes to a shop and finding out these guys are Cossacks, or coming to a show saying, hey, I want to do this, you know. And then once, like Jimmy said, finding that bike and building it, or swap meet special like my 2 bikes are, and that's what it's really cool. And then just guys dropping everything to come help you. Jimmy lives on the east side of the mountains, I'm on the west side, and I'm like, Jim, Fuzz, I need some help. And man, Jim and Fuzz, next thing you know, snow, rain, hell, whatever, they're over the mountain pass coming to helping me and stuff. So it means a lot to me, because it's just a lot of guys coming together. And Fuzzy, who's my sponsor of the team, that's how I got involved with it. And so like being able to ride with him now, being a lieutenant, it's cool because I looked up to Jimmy and Fuzz and Sam and some other guys. And it's like, wow, it's just crazy, just this full circle. After about 18 years, now I'm helping leading drills, and I'm so used to being in the back. And they was like, you're gonna do drills. I'm like, what? And Jim sees the look in my eyes, like, no, you got this, kid. And it's like, all right,
kid, I'm not that much older than him. Don't let him say that.
I'm just a year younger than he is. But that's what I'm 45. He's 46.
So how long you been a Cossack for?
18 years.
18 years.
Yeah.
Wow. How'd you get into it?
I actually had my dad's panhead, took it to Fuzzy's shop, and they restored it. And they told me, because my dad's panhead was a tank shift foot clutch, and they said, take our old knucklehead on the back streets of Des Moines there and learn to ride. I'm like, but that's a knucklehead. They're like, ha ha ha. I'm like, what's so funny? He's like, oh, we crash them, catch them on fire all the time. And so I'm like, all right. So I learned to ride on Fuzzy's 47 Knuck, and then they said, hey, come to a show, and it was a show down the ocean. Came to watch them there, and I'm like, I saw this stunt called the spread eagle where the guy gets between the 2 bikes. I'm like, that's what I want to do. And so I was finishing up college and stuff, and Fuzzy and Jim were like, hey, you need to come out. And so I was like, okay, cool. Then I found a 45 and bought that, and we just got it ready, and like Jim said, just rode for a whole year, and at the end of the year, for some reason, they voted me in, and here it is. So
that's awesome.
That's kind of my story.
That is cool.
But I'll toss it over to Cole.
Cool. How long have you been a Cossack for?
I have been a Cossack for, I believe, 12 years now, since I was 16.
Yeah. Did you ever go, I don't want to be a Cossack?
No.
No, never.
No.
Never even like.
Yeah. No. Just like
it's in your blood, literally.
It literally is the oil and the gas run through the veins.
Right, yeah.
It's one of those things, just like he said, they put us on the knucklehead from almost day one, and it's just a connection, especially with family. And I remember being 5 years old and standing on the sidewalk with the people watching the Cossacks, and it was just the coolest thing in the world to me. And my brothers and I just thinking, God, we want to do this, we want to do this. And it was almost one of those things that felt like it was never going to happen just because of how time works. And then it just felt like out of nowhere one day they said, hey, do you boys want to come try to do this? And we're like, of course. And then from that day, I remember we were spending all day trying to learn how to do a headstand on the ground, and we're falling over on top of each other and trying to ride the bikes. And it was such a mess, but I loved every minute of it, and I'm so happy and proud of what it's led to here for us now.
Oh, you guys are amazing. Every show I go to and I hear you're going to be there, and I'm like, I got to run. They're going on, and I'll watch I've watched so many. I have so many videos of you guys, and never really thought that I'd actually get to meet you guys. And
yesterday you were in the show.
Yeah, I know. I got to get jumped. So how old are you? You're
45.
45. How old are you?
28.
28.
22.
Man, young bucks.
Dude, it's killing me. I want to be young again.
Right? How long you think you're going to do this for?
Till I'm dead.
Till you're dead?
Yeah. So if I'm lucky, another 5 years maybe. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm thinking. I don't know. I hope I make it to 75 or 80.
That's awesome.
We've had some guys ride up in the team till they were. I guess DeLon was still kind of riding with us, but mid 70s, late 70s.
Right.
So
is there an age out thing or a?
I got to be honest with you. There's lots of back and forth within the team about that.
Really?
But we've had a few guys that were getting, pretty old, having a tough time. Sometimes these things are hard to crank.
Oh yeah.
These guys sitting right here, you can't crank it. We'll crank it for you. And there were some of them that stick.
So much for being part of the 2026 Spokane.
Just keep going.
Some of them that could still ride so good.
Right.
You'd fire it up for them, and you're thinking, and then they'd go out and ride it like nothing. So it's just one of those things. But
right.
We hate to.
The show closes at 4 o'clock. Let's give everyone a full
Yeah, sorry about that. We're at the Spokane Motorcycle Show. We're getting ready to open the doors here.
10 to 4 today. Thanks again for being part of the show. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna keep going. What do you guys think of the Spokane Moto Show since we're here right now?
I want to say this is probably our 5th time doing it.
Right.
5th or 6th time. We do it every other year, and everybody's great to us at the show. The great turnout, good vendors. It's a really, really good time.
Yesterday, your first performance was magical. I got goosebumps talking about it. The snow coming down and you guys performing it was awesome. It was like magical.
Yeah, it was funny. We were talking about it, and a couple times we were doing a few stunts, and it snowed super heavy. We got a few pictures of it. It was hitting me in the eyes. I couldn't see.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I bet that was really cool. So what's your next stop after here?
We got some practicing to do because it's the beginning of the season, so we'll do some practices, and then we have a static display at MOHI, Museum of History and Industry in Seattle.
Okay.
They're doing a deal with Pacific Northwest Motorcycle Museum, and it's called Kickstands Up. And we have a bike there and a uniform there and some boards like this there. So we're going to do a static display for them.
Okay.
And that is, oh man, putting me on the spot. April 18th. I think it's April 18th. And then after that, our next show will be up in the Marysville area, a Touch a Truck event for the military.
And then we said you're going to be at the One Moto Show.
Yeah, but we're excited about Independence, Oregon.
Yes. Should we tell them? We should tell
about
them.
that. I didn't mean let's get out of the bag.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Yes. For everybody listening and watching, the Seattle Cossacks will be at the Pac West Motorcycle Show this year. Last year we got AMA sanctioned.
Oh.
So we are
that's
official
awesome.
AMA sanctioned event. So
cool.
No big deal. And we got really cool people supporting us, Metier Motorcycle Lawyers.
Yeah, shout out to them. They support us big time.
Yeah, I am really, really excited about having you guys out this year. It's going to be awesome. And then we were chopping it up right before. We were talking. You were asking me if we had a pre-party and everything, and I said, yeah, they're bringing in some tire burner stunt show wheelie guys, and you asked if you could perform there, and I think I'm going to try to make that happen.
That'd be pretty cool,
right?
We would love to do that.
I don't think we're going to check into it. I doubt it's going to be a problem. So speaking of Independence and the Pac West Motorcycle Show, I'm super excited about having you guys out. Should probably start wrapping up because you guys are probably on here soon. We're getting ready to open the doors here at the Spokane Show.
Yeah, and there's a few of us. It takes a few minutes to start those bikes. So.
Yeah. Let's go take a walk and show me a few of those and give me a few stories of them.
Sounds good. Just want to say one more time, thank you to you, thank you to Metier, thank you to the Spokane Motorcycle Show.
No problem.
We're happy to be here. We're looking forward to Independence.
One more. How do people find you? How do we find you if they want to get a hold of you?
Best way is www.seattlecossacks.com.
Okay.
We don't always update that website, but we're always checking it.
Okay. And you guys are on the social medias?
Social medias, yep, for sure.
We'll link and tag.
Instagram.
We'll link and tag it all on this episode, and people can find you.
That sounds good, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, come find us, come watch some shows. And on our website, we will have our current schedule on there. So if you want to go to a Cossack show, see where we're at, that's the best place.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Boys, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Let's get that ride in.